All right, let me walk you through the process of how I'm calculating if a student will be 16 on a specific date, in this case June 30th, 2022. First thing to know is when it comes to working with dates inside of Excel, these are just numbers. Excel reads these as a number, and so if I came in here and said format cells and change this to a general or a number, you'll see all of these will change to a different number just based on the date. So that's what's going to help us calculate when it comes to figuring out are they going to be 16 by a certain date, is we just base it on those numbers. So in this case, because we want to know they're 16 by June 30th, 2022, we know that student has to have been born June 30th of 2006. So as long as they were born by June 30th, 2006, they'll be 16 by June 30th of 2022. So what I'm going to do is just a very simple formula that's going to figure out, I'm just going to subtract these two from each other to start with. So I'm going to say this one minus this one, and I'm going to press enter. And it's going to give me a number, 5,844. That actually is the number of days from June 30th, 2006 to June 30th, 2022. And I just need that number for reference for the formula that we're going to write. All right, so now that I have that, I'm going to delete that information because I don't need it. I just have to remember my 5,844 for my formula. What we're going to do is we're going to write a formula to determine if a student will be over 16, will be 16 or older on June 30th, 2022. With this if formula, just like all formulas in Excel, we start with an equals, and then we're going to do an if, and we're going to do an open parenthesis. Now you'll see it prompts us automatically. It's asking us about a logical test. Then we're going to have to do a value if true and a value if false. So the logical test is, what are we trying to calculate? We want to know if, remember our number 5,844, we want to know if June 30th minus the student's date of birth is greater than or equal to the number of days between our original June 30th, 2022 and June 30th, 2006, so 5,844. We want to know is if the June 30th, 2022 minus their date of birth, if it's greater than or equal to 5,844, then they will be 16. If they're not, obviously we won't be 16. So I'm going to follow that with a comma. This comma just stands for then in this formula case. So I'm going to put this comma. So what do we want happening? I want to show the word yes. So inside of quotation marks, I'm going to type the word yes. That's our value if true. And then I'm going to do another comma. Otherwise, we want our value if false. We want to say no. So quotation no, close quotation. And then I'll just close my parenthesis. When I press enter, you will see it will display a value of yes, meaning the student is over 16 years of age on June 30th, 2022. Just to show what it will happen, if I come in here, let's change this to July. I'm going to change this date to July 1st, 2006, which will make them younger. And you'll see it changes to no. So it all depends on what you need. In this case, because that should be yes, it's going to be yes. Now that I've got the formula in there, I'm simply just going to grab this little handle right here. You see this little dark box in the bottom corner. I'm going to grab that, click and hold, pull it down for the rest of my page, and it will do the calculations for the rest of the page. You will see my no's are highlighting as green because I have conditional formatting turned on that says turn green.